At Matt DeWolf says SEZ, is there any shame in having the complete Nintendo Power publication and 90% of official strategy guides, the retro ones only, in comics, but will never have it fully completed?
Well, being your retro gaming therapist, Matt, I can tell you that it's really in your own head whether or not you feel less of a man and as a retro game collector if you do not complete your strategy guide collection 100%. I mean, I don't see any inherent value, and this is coming from me, by the way, of having every official strategy guide. The retro ones are only, because what does that include? Every Brady's guide from the PlayStation 1 era that you're going to go nuts? Or just Nintendo stuff?
I think he's just talking the Nintendo strategy guide.
Some of those are hard to get. It's hard to really find some of those. Even like Link to the Past doesn't come up too often, or the N64 era ones you don't find as often. Right. I probably have 90% of them just finding them at the swap meet and just having them. I'm not trying to put you down, Matt. I'm not trying to kill your dream. So here's the point, Matt. If this doesn't, this is why I'm becoming a therapist. If you hold value personally in being able to complete the collection as some sort of goal attained, and you think it's going to be cool, go for it. But when you say the word shame, that's just, there's a connotation to the word shame, and it's a loaded word. You shouldn't have any shame of anything that has to do with retro game collecting, because it doesn't fucking matter in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah,
it's a hobby. It's fun. It's cool to get into. It's cool to have. It's cool to show off if you want to say that. But to say I have shame for not completing collection is shameful in and of itself. You shouldn't worry about that. Have fun. When you feel like there's something negative by not completing it, it's no longer fun at that point, in my opinion. Matt, and that's something even I had to struggle with at some point.
If having the 90% of the stuff is a 12-foot penis, and having it all is a 13-foot penis,
you can still fuck some.
We're splitting hairs, is what I'm getting at. I mean, are you really that upset that you're missing that last foot?
You can still have sex with a hippo either way, if you really want to.
You could.
It'll reach in. It'll get in there.
Got all the way to those back molars.
Giraffe, not so sure. You got those legs you got to contend with. You need a step stool.
Problematic.
That. But but I mean, I'm trying to think if I've ever had shame because I hadn't completed something, or it was more of a longing. A desire, like a Fabio 90s romance novel, I guess. Mm-hmm. It was more one of those things. Now I'm picturing like a bunch of games on a bed with my shirt open halfway, my frilly 1800 shirt. But I've never felt less of a person for not having a complete collection of games. OCD does kick in though, and it's like, oh, I got to complete it. But that to me has nothing to do with shame. That's a whole other psychosis.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
So I don't know if this is a joke question or not, but have you ever felt shame about collecting a record even, or not having something, or not having that NG PC game?
Mm-mm.
Are you proud I did not say Neo Geo Pocket Color? That's actually easier to say than NGPC.
NGPC is really easy to say if you know what you're talking about.
Once you get past 3 letters, I don't want the acronym.
Oh, boy howdy.
Once it's scuba, I can say the word. So, I mean...
Scuba.
Is there anything else to add on this?
Scuba.
This is our first Q&A question in Castle Country.
Scuba. Sorry, that's a reference to Venture Brothers. Anyways, no, nothing else to say.
Okay, great. Moving on.